Hey guys, welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're doing the last recipe from the Lemon Meringue Pie Murder. It is the 9th recipe. They are called pineapple right side up cookie bars. That's going to be this page and these 2 pages. So for these, we are preheating the oven to 350. It says, another recipe with a no-roll crust. Don't you just love it? Honestly, these ones scare me the most because they are the most hit or miss. So, don't know if I love it. But we're going to need 2 cups of flour, no need to sift, 1 cup softened butter, 2 sticks, half a pound, half a cup of white sugar, 4 beaten eggs, just whip them up with a fork, half a cup of white sugar, half a cup frozen concentrated pineapple juice, half a cup of drained crushed pineapple. If you have any left over, freeze it. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of flour. That's 1/4 cup. Don't bother to sift. The first step says you can either do it by mixing it or by putting it in a food processor and then spreading out into a 9 by 13 inch pan. That's a standard sheet cake pan. After the interesting results of the last one, I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the chocolate ones. And it overflowed everywhere and I had to chip it away at the pan. We're putting it in a baking dish. Not doing that again. Yeah, you're going to bake the crust and then you're going to mix up the pineapple filling. It says this will be runny. It'll set in the oven. Again, you'll put it in at 350. And then it says sprinkle powdered sugar on top and cut into bite-sized brownie bars. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. It didn't work out very well with the last bars. Herb Beesman loves these. It was the least I could do for him. Mother and Carrie love them too. But they like a double serving with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Marge Beesman has refused to taste them, probably because she thinks she makes the best pineapple upside down cake in the state of Minnesota and she doesn't relish any interference. So, everything's laid out in the kitchen, so let's get in there and get started. Here is everything we are going to need today. The first thing it wants is for you to dump the pineapple in a strainer and drain it and measure out your half a cup, but we've already done that. We're going to put the butter. There's our 2 sticks of butter, and we're going to mix that with the half a cup of sugar. Now it says to add in I assume the 2 cups of flour because it's gotten flour written in 2 separate locations. But they've got the flour, the softened butter, and the white sugar together in one set. So that is what I'm assuming is going into this. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean this off. So far, this is what we have. It does not seem like much. All right, so here is our greased 9 by 13 pan. Like I said, it says a sheet pan, standard size, but the last time we did one of these bars, it was a god mess. It was a mess. So, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like a pie dough or a cake or what this is supposed to be. Alright. So, this is what we're left with. Now, this is going to go into the 350 degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And when you take it out, do not turn the oven off because that's when you make your filling and it pretty much goes right back in. So I pulled it after 20 minutes. I assume it'll keep baking when you put it back in with the filling. That hot thing. We're going to take our 4 eggs. 4 eggs with a half a cup of the sugar. To this, we are adding the half a cup of concentrate with the half a cup of the crushed pineapple. Now we have the half a teaspoon of salt and the whole teaspoon of baking powder. And lastly, we're adding in the 1/4 cup of flour. It does say it'll be runny, so I'm not concerned at this point with how wet this is. All right, so now we just pour this on top. So here's what it looks like with the filling on top and the side. Doesn't really look like anything right now. So we're going to put it back in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes. And here we are 45 minutes later. It just came out of the oven. It says it needs to cool completely before being sprinkled with powdered sugar though. Okay. So here is the final bar. So let's see. This pineapple right side up cookie bar, which I know they compared it to the cake in the books, but like when I make it, it's got the pineapple and the cherry and the brown sugar butter sauce and cake. I mean, I get that it's pineapple and it's supposed to be a cookie, but this doesn't seem like anything close to a pineapple upside down cake. It's good. The crust is a bit, what does it make me think of? It makes me think of something. It's not quite a pie dough, but it's not quite a sugar cookie. It's got a very familiar flavor to it, but I can't narrow down exactly what that is. But it does taste familiar. It's not bad though. The filling, it's pretty good. It's almost custardy in taste, like a pineapple-y custard, which I like. It's not overly sweet. It's not over a pineapple. I like the mix of the concentrate with the actual pineapple in it. I don't think it would work with just one or the other. Plus the crushed pineapple gives it a fresher taste. The powdered sugar on top, not sure it adds much other than it looks better than just the topping that it had. Overall, it's good. It surprised me. It is not a pineapple upside down cake in any way, shape, or form. It's just not. But it is good. It is something I would make again. Maybe even adding cherries to it to make it closer to that pineapple upside down cake. As I said earlier, this was the last recipe in the the Lemon Meringue Pie Murder. So next week we are starting with the Fudge Cupcake Murder, and the first recipe from these are the Boggles, which, if I remember right, they're a cranberry cookie. So those will be interesting. So if you're interested in finding out more about the Boggles, join us next week and have a good one. Bye, guys.